Hey y'all, it's Megan. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. Come spend a little time with us today. First thing on the list this morning is Maggie and Daddy are cleaning up the flower garden. Getting all the weeds out, all the old flowers out, and we're gonna plant it with some pansies, right?
That's right. Pansies are about the only flower you can overwinter that doesn't get killed.
Yeah, I've seen pansies sticking out of the snow.
Oh yeah. And any warm day you have throughout the wintertime, the pansies will just start busting with blooms. They'll just be so pretty. But we hadn't had pansies in a long time. If you have
this looks like a whole different place.
I know, it looks so much better. If you have like a cooler spot, pansies will last through the summer. They just don't look good in the summertime. But most of the time here, it gets so hot that they just get cooked come around May, June. So that's when you pull them out and replace them with your summer flowers. I know one thing though, we'd let this get a mess.
It got hard to control after everything got so thick.
I know, it did. Still grass everywhere needs to be pulled up.
Shake the dirt off of it in the dirt. Shake it. There you go.
Beat it on the ground like this, like it's a hammer. Well, I guess that'll work.
And we had a lavender plant in that pot right there, if y'all have followed us since we planted the flower garden. And, well, it kind of got swallowed up by flowers, and we forgot about it, and it died.
We forgot to water it.
Yeah. Happens to the best of us.
We tend to do pretty good with containers in the early spring, but it's like by summer or late summer, I think they get put on the back burner, and we always forget to water the things.
Here we go. Bless you.
Y'all want me to just go around and lay them out? Let's get them laid out, like about half of them laid out to start with, so
See
that
what
way
it looks like.
yeah, we see what they look like, and we don't end up using all the whole flat.
For one little spot.
For one little spot.
Okay.
Mama, look, Daddy, dig the hole.
Oh, they're 6-pack or 3-packs. I thought they were 6-packs.
Daddy.
They're 3-packs. I thought they 4-packs.
Daddy.
What? That's probably why they're so pretty, because they got a bigger cell of dirt. What, honey?
Daddy, you lay them out. Mama, you dig a hole, and I will bury
You gonna put them in the hole? Okay, well, let's lay them out first and see how far we get.
Well, we ain't got as many as I thought we did then, so I will have to space them out a little farther. But they'll get bigger. Pansies, if they're happy where they're growing, they'll get.
Yeah, I remember the ones we
Huge.
used to plant around the house.
planting them. I'm going to water them.
All right.
Since it's dry out here.
Yeah, them ones we used to plant around the house used to get big old bunches like that.
I'm glad I got a full tray then. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Like, we can probably plant something in there.
We may not even worry about planting across there.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to see that no
Hey,
ways.
Daddy.
Here, hand me some more. Here.
So I was thinking tonight for supper, since we've got that corn that you picked a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
thought I might grind some and fix some cornbread tonight.
That'll be good. Out of fresh corn.
We ain't had none out of no fresh cornmeal.
Not this year, anyways.
Not in a while, no.
You a bread-loving woman.
Yep. I don't get these thighs from eating salads.
You said it, I didn't.
There's only one big piece of steak.
But if these get in decent sized bunches, that'll be enough way you got them right there.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be plenty.
Yeah.
Gosh, I've planted so many pansies in my life.
Have you?
Well, you know, we used to plant them around all them signs and stuff
Yeah.
on the commercial places we used to do.
That's true.
You remember that one time we planted some on the way to the beach?
Yes.
We had to stop by and get them planted, and we were on our on the way on vacation.
I remember that.
But I wanted to get them done before we left.
Yep. Looks good, sis.
Wonder what we could plant across that back part right there.
Salad.
We already got enough of that. If we could get a few more mums,
Yeah, but they'll die as soon as frost hits them.
well, they'll be pretty from now till frost. Wonder what would be good to put over there. Well, we need to get some kind of mulch to put down in and around all this right here, because it sure enough, being that this is that compost, it'll be taken over with chickweed if we don't do something. I was thinking for them pumpkins, why don't we put them in that same trailer the
Sweet potatoes.
sweet
is in.
potatoes is in?
That sounds like a plan.
I remember one time I planted so many pansies, I had the whole truck bed plumb full of flats of pansies.
Did you?
It was so pretty sitting in there. We didn't do that long though. That lasted a couple of years, and then them people got tired of
Paying for 'em.
paying for it.
What?
Under the closet, that tank might be underneath.
Okay.
Because I found one where the tank was in there.
Did you? It's gonna be plumb pretty, ain't it, Maggie?
Maggie, looks like you've done a good job over here.
Tell Daddy say, of course.
Of course.
Of course you did, didn't it? You got taught by the best.
The wheel flower.
Here comes something, Maggie.
I've caught on a fern.
You can get it watered now. Mama's got your water hose.
Try not to jerk my fern down. Too lazy to walk back up there. Oh.
There it went.
You want me to water with this, or you gonna do the water hose too?
I'm going to do the water hose.
Okay.
Water that pot in real good, Maggie. It was dry as a bone.
It had air in it.
Yeah.
Here's y'all some cold water, y'all.
So now it's time for Jacob's garden to get cleaned
Yeah,
up
no can.
while we're at it.
The tomatoes did better than the cucumbers.
Yeah, the cucumbers. Well, I think it was just a bad year for cucumbers, little man. I don't think it was nothing you did. 'Cause
For us it was anyway.
our cucumbers didn't do good either.
We didn't have enough water. Or should I put it this way? We didn't have enough water spread out through the summer.
Yeah.
All of our water come at one time.
Every time it came.
Every time it came, yeah. We never just got a soaking shower of rain.
Can we go ahead and pick the green ones too?
Yeah, if you want them, pick them all. If not, it just depends.
You want me to make you some fried green tomatoes?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't like it.
Jake, if you grow this garden, you gotta learn to eat it.
Well, I ate some of it, the cucumber
And the beans.
and the beans.
I'm a good in the talk, ain't I?
Where is your bean plant?
It died.
Did it?
Yeah, right there. I don't know what happened to it. See it?
Oh yeah. Rex,
It just shriveled up and went away.
well,
Probably because I got too tired of watering and it probably died because I didn't get enough water.
It's a pokeberry. Look what a taproot them things got.
Holy.
So Jacob, I ain't for sure yet, but I was just telling Mama that I'd thought about, you know how the chickens pretty much help us make the compost that's in the bed of this thing? So what I thought about doing now that we've only got just a few chickens, taking and making a tall A-frame over this and putting wire over that so the chickens can't get out. We put the chickens in here for the winter time, let them rejuvenate all this stuff. Then we pull them back out in the summer and put them back out on the pasture like we have now. And you start all over from scratch again in the spring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
you think that's a good idea?
Of course, it's not time to do that now. I won't do that till it gets cold weather.
It'll go back into the
It'll
dirt.
just go back into what's here and make what's here better. Because look under here. Look at this. It just needs loosening up.
Yep.
Because it's where we haven't had anything in it in a while. Well, right there's one of our biggest problems. Them tree roots, they just draw right to this.
Yep. Well, what color is your guess, Jacob, before you peel it back?
Red.
You think it's red?
What kind of corn you said you want to plant next year?
What's it called?
Oh, look at it. It's a pretty little red ear.
It is red.
You were right. How'd you know it was gonna be red?
I don't know.
Bring it over here. Let's see it. Let's see your corn you grew.
Well, that was grew by accident.
Yep. Well, ain't that something? It did make something.
This corn grew in here ever since we let the chickens out.
Yeah, because we used to feed them that corn. And I guess the seed's been laying here that long. So what kind of corn was it you wanted to plant next year?
Some kind of blue corn.
Blue hoppy.
I want to plant blue hoppy corn
And tell them why.
because I want to make blue cornbread.
No, but you learned about them
Oh,
in school.
I learned about them. I learned about it in school.
Because,
That's the kind of corn that Indians planted.
yeah, what was it, the Hoppy Indians that planted it?
Yeah.
So he wants to try planting some blue hoppy corn next year. I've never seen anybody grow blue corn in our area, so that might be pretty fun.
This one's also red.
Yep. Now
Yeah.
that one didn't pollinate near as good, did it?
No. I can't believe that other one looked as good as it did, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that worked real good, Megan. Let's put the chickens back in here. I mean, you know, chickens never dig deep. So what I'm thinking is before we actually do it, so they could get in there and eat the bugs and whatever else is in that stuff, I might take my tiller and get in here and just work this up loose.
Well, I thought
And
you
that way
wanted to
they'd be able to scratch it.
shovel some out.
Well, we might get some of it out too and save it.
Daddy, look at this one.
Because this already is so deep. And if we keep them in there over the winter, you're going to have to keep adding and adding and adding.
Yeah, we will be adding wood chips for sure.
That's a pretty one, ain't it?
Well, we might do that.
Two connected together.
It
to
does.
make one.
We'll get some of it out before we do it. It's going to be a few months before that's even,
Yeah.
before we're ready to do that anyways.
And they, won't,
Alrighty.
and they won't be in here long.
They'll be in here, let's say we put them in here in what, November?
November, December.
And they be in here in December, January, February.
Making us some beautiful stuff for our gardens.
Might pull them out sometime in March.
You just keep making yourself projects.
That's what I'm good at. I'm good at making them, but it's tough doing them.
You me get them crates.
Yeah.
Daddy.
That's all that's gonna go in that one.
Hang on, there's one more right there.
That ain't gonna go in there.
I can't get over how heavy them things are.
Them things are heavy. They gonna be real heavy when we fill them up with potatoes.
That's back in the day when they used to actually make them out of something.
That's exactly what was fixing to come out of my mind. These things come from the days when they actually made something out of something. Well, let's keep purple and red together, even though it's obvious which one's which.
Purple and red milk crate.
So we're cleaning out our trailer because we're gonna go see if we can get the pumpkins out of the garden down there if we don't mire up to our knees.
I think it'll be dried out enough by now.
Can I mix some pink ones and purple ones together?
No, don't. Grandma said she'd like to take a couple of these purple ones just to try them. I think we got plenty, don't you?
Yeah.
Grandma Mary would take my pink one.
I'm glad you built this trailer. It comes in handy.
It does, don't it?
Yeah. That one ain't too fat.
No, that's okay.
It's okay to
We can use this trailer to put corn in, to put our potatoes in, to put our pumpkins in.
We need more of them.
Maybe we could also use it to put our watermelons in.
Hi, Ryan here.
I don't know. I don't know if I trust this thing enough for you to ride in it.
It ain't gonna go nowhere if they want to ride in it.
I don't know if I can lift this or not, Andy.
I'll get that one.
You
Can
sure?
water come through these holes?
What do you think? Look at how big they are.
Well, I guess our butts will get wet.
Now let's just not forget to set these in the basement this evening. They don't need to set out here.
Daddy, you know what?
'Cause there's actually another chance of rain tomorrow evening.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Daddy,
Well, we've come down to the drowned pumpkin patch.
Oh, it don't look bad at all.
And we're gonna see, hopefully the pumpkins are still some count.
Right there's one, but that one ain't done yet. The stem's still very green, so
I know,
we'll
but
leave
I'm
it
scared
alone.
if we don't get them, they're gonna rot anyway.
Well, they might, but we'll get the ones that's definitely done out here. Golly, look at the pumpkins out through there. They're all little, but these were the little ones anyways.
Right.
Look at that one. That's a right nice little jack-o'-lantern there.
Yeah, it is.
Right here.
Boy, it's soppy.
It is very wet. Well, anything that's still turning, let's leave.
Okay.
It's not going to hurt anything. We ain't got to be in a hurry to get them out of here. But let's pick everything that's definitely ripe. And, you know, like this, I think that's right. Don't
Yeah,
you?
because the stem's dying.
Yeah, the stem's starting to die back.
That's a cool looking little pumpkin though.
That's one. Golly, it's a heavy pumpkin.
Is it?
This is one of those, what did I call
Porcelain doll.
it? Porcelain doll pumpkins. There you go.
They did the best.
Of all of them. At least we think they did. We get in here and go to picking them, we may think otherwise.
Yeah.
See, all of this up through here, I think we can pick because the vines are dead.
They got washed away.
Yeah, so these right here are actually supposed to be small pumpkins.
So they're supposed to be little.
Yeah, they were called, I don't even remember the name of them, but
I'm trying to come get that little one.
All right.
that noise maker over there just keeps going off.
Right there. Cut it way down there next to the plant. Make it really long.
All right, I'll take a knife back. 'Cause these are kind of hard to cut anyways.
It's okay to pick that one in the bucket.
It's heavy. We do.
Shoo! That thing stinks. I thought that was going to be a perfect one. There you go.
Well, that's more pumpkins than we've ever growed, what we got right there.
I know it.
Shoot, one of them's more than we've ever growed, just about.
Yeah, we've never had much luck with pumpkins till this.
Perfect for them because it was a dry weather.
Yep. It was dry till it wasn't. Is that one rotten too?
Right around the stem.
So it's like
So
that.
it won't last. I mean, we can take it to the house for a little while.
We can set it out in front till it rots.
But look,
Wonder why it did
the
that.
stems rot on them.
Maybe
That one was the same way.
Maybe you're not supposed to wait for the stem to die on them.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know nothing. This is them
Giant pumpkins.
giant pumpkins.
I mean, well, it's a giant.
We got a green one, don't we?
Mama, look around out here if you see anything. Just out in there. Everything. Right here's another.
Right there's an orange one. You said they'll just break off, won't they?
There you go. That's one of them giant ones, but it didn't get big. Yeah, the stem is rotten on these things, like even that one.
Well,
So
you
I
know-
guess you're supposed to pick those before
Before the stem dies.
before the stem dies. That's different than a regular pumpkin.
This thing is, it's too big, Mother.
Well, I messed that one up. I broke a stem out of it, so it won't keep.
Mother, you take them. I take this.
I do know that if you want a pumpkin to keep, you don't need to break the stem out of it.
Right.
You know what? You know I told Jacob.
What?
I hope this big one don't come over here so it won't squish in my leg.
Well, maybe we can rework them if we can get them up in here tight together. Maybe they won't roll around so bad.
Well, there's what we got. So these are the porcelain doll pumpkins. These here are, I don't know what kind they are. They look like little jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, but they're like an eating type pumpkin. And then this one, I think, is that one and that one are the only true jack-o'-lantern pumpkins we have. Then these are the big
The deal's giant.
Deal's Atlantic Giant or Atlantic Deal Giant or something like that. There's actually still quite a bit out there that are just green, green. So I'm leaving those, but they're on the outside edges where the vines are still looking pretty good too. So I think we'll leave those for now and just see what they do. This right here is more pumpkins than we've ever grown, ever.
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 Like, I'm tickled to death.
I know, they look good, they do.
We haven't.
Especially for, like, in the years we've tried to grow them, it ain't been as much of a fight as it was this year, trying to keep things watered, and then they get drowned, and then get dry again, and then it gets drowned again. And so these pumpkins, I mean...
And we never really had a problem with bugs either. Of course, I did keep them treated, but when we was out there when we was out there picking, I seen a few squash bugs.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, not many, but I seen like one or two while we was picking. But this one right here, I think is my favorite. That's the biggest. We actually had one of those that we picked earlier, like a few weeks ago, but it had rotted.
It had already rotted, yeah.
So
I don't know what happened. But, I mean, there was another one out there rotting, too. And that could have been from laying in the wet. I don't know.
I don't know what caused those pumpkins to rot.
I don't know.
The other one that was rotten was one of these, and I feel like they're pretty finicky pumpkins anyway, so I don't expect this one to last long at all because that stem is mushy, and right around the edge it's sort of rotten, so I give that one about a week, and
We'll
it'll
just-
probably be collapsed.
Yeah, we'll just sit it out in the front and let it look pretty forever how long it wants to last.
Yep. But y'all, I think we'll probably catch y'all back here
About supper time.
about supper time, and I am just super excited about these. I really am.
I know, I'm plumb tickled to death.
I am. The deer have finally figured out how to get out in our garden though. I'm not sure. The net was tore down right out there towards the end, and I don't know what's happened there.
It looked like a mama deer and a baby deer looking at the tracks.
Really? Well, I mean, in reality, they can go out
can
there
have it.
and have all they want.
They can have it now.
We still want to try to halfway keep the deer out though, because we don't want the deer to learn that that's somewhere they can go. But yeah, I mean, laying all jokes aside, if they want to get in there and mow it down, that's fine. Let them have it.
Let them have it, and we'll trick them again next year.
That's right.
So tonight for supper, we're going to have some fried tenderloin and some cornbread, and I think I'm going to go ahead and crack me open a jar of October beans. Usually I wait until the first frost before I start opening my canned stuff. Just something that I like to do, and, that way I can be sure it lasts me all winter. But I really want some October beans with my fresh cornbread, so I'm going to break my own rule, and we're going to have some. I've got to shell a little bit of this corn that we picked here a few weeks ago. So I'm just gonna shell it by hand like I was doing the popcorn the other day. And actually, I think this corn's a little easier to shell than that popcorn. The kernels are a little bigger. So this corn's good and dry. I wouldn't want to go up to the field just yet and pick it straight off the cob and then come and try to grind it. I don't want to gum up my grinder. I want to make sure it's good, dry corn. Those kernels are actually a little fatter than pure Jimmy Red corn. At least the Jimmy Red we've grown anyway. You know, it's pretty satisfying. You grow the corn, sit here and shell the corn, go in and make the cornbread. It's just the feeling of pure satisfaction. We'll do a mixture of red corn and white corn. Let's do this one. There we go. Hopefully that right there will make me enough cornmeal for a pound of bread. Finished cornmeal. Now it is a little fine, so I'm sure a lot of people would consider that like corn flour. And here's what's left over. Now that can be ground a couple more times, what you see in the bucket, and you can make grits. But today, the chickens are just going to enjoy that. That'll be some nice free scratch for them. Now, if you followed my channel for any amount of time or since last winter, you know that I struggle with making cornbread out of fresh cornmeal. I can make cornbread all day long with self-rising cornmeal, which is mainly what you buy anymore. But using just straight from the cornmeal, it's definitely been a learning curve. So, I've got this cookbook, Mountain Makings. It's from the Smoky Mountains National Park. We went up there on a little trip, and I found this cookbook, and I've tried all the recipes in here, and actually the cornbread recipes are all pretty good. So, got my cornbread pan here. I got my oven set to 450 degrees. And I'm actually going to do lard and a little butter. And we're going to get that in our hot oven and let that melt. And let this pan get good and hot. Now I need 2 eggs. Half a cup of flour, and I've got a cup and a half, 2 cups of cornmeal, something like that in there. Some salt. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. And a half a cup of buttermilk. There we go. Let's get all that mixed together. There we go.
Like way sharp.
Does it? Alright, I'm going to pour my grease into my cornbread mixture. There we go. And it's funny, this fresh cornbread, I can follow the same recipe every time, and it always turns out a little bit different. All right, let's get that in our pan. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a shake. Make sure it's all pretty even, and in the oven we go. And like I said, it always turns out different, so it's just kind of a, let's wait and see how it is. That ain't a bad looking pound of bread right there. Let that cool just a minute and I'll get it out of there. We got my kind of food tonight.
I know, I see that. Well, I mean, this is my kind of food right here, so we're all good. Got everybody's kind of food. Got you pintos, Maggie pintos.
Well, October beans.
Oh, well, they look just like pintos. I thought they was pintos.
No. October beans, dear. See if I can walk my bean juice from running. There we go. That don't look too bad.
Don't smell too bad
No,
either.
that's my kind of eating right there.
Fresh cornbread.
I know, I need to try a quick bite of it.
Good.
The fresh cornbread's good.
Did pretty good. Do you like it? Good.
That is good.
I'm
It's real good.
Figuring it out.
Yep.
Slowly but surely.
I believe you finally got it. With that fresh cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That's good. You think it's good?
Mm-hmm. You know if I think it's good, it's good.
Well, guys, I guess that about wraps it up for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope you might have learned a little something. And anyways, we're about to eat us some supper.
That's right.
Till we see y'all on the next one.
Have a good one.
Y'all have a good one.